Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666 and today I'm going to be covering one of the more popular theories that's been circulating throughout the Hazbin Hotel fandom and try to answer the highly debated question, is Alistair the Axeman of New Orleans? For those that aren't very familiar with the history behind the legend of the Axeman, buckle up because it's a doozy. The Axeman of New Orleans was active from May of 1918 to October of 1919. Over the course of roughly 18 months, the Axeman was responsible for a total of 12 attacks and 6 deaths. He would strike people as they slept in their beds at night and used whatever was on hand to commit these murders, but the weapon of choice was almost always an axe that belonged to the victims. The Axeman of New Orleans definitely had a flair for the dramatic, as on March 13th, 1919, he sent a letter in to the local news station, basically boasting about how the police hadn't caught him yet and how he would never be caught. The most interesting part of this letter, however, was this following passage. I am very fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose house a jazz band is in full swing at the time I have mentioned. If everyone has a jazz band going, well then, so much the better for the people. Why you gotta be a smooth-talking son of a bitch, Axeman? If any of you guys are interested in hearing the full letter that was sent by the Axeman, you can find the link to that in the description below. Now, the mystery behind the Axeman of New Orleans has a bunch of theories all on its own. Some believe that the Axeman wasn't alone in his killings. Some people think that a few of the attacks were the work of a copycat killer. Other theories suggest that the killer was a man by the name of Joseph Mumphrey, or that the killer was a being of supernatural descent with the power to slip through small cracks and manifest into the large looming figure that many of the witnesses claimed they had seen standing in their bedrooms. So, where in the world does Alistair fit into all of this? The first thing that I can say for certain is that Alistair is not Joseph Mumphrey. You see, Joseph Mumphrey died in 1921 after being shot with a revolver by one of the Axeman's surviving victims. Alistair died in 1933, around 12 years after the fact. Just as well, Alistair's death was supposedly dog-related, and Joseph Mumphrey's was not. Since we don't have an exact age for Alistair, the timeline seems pretty sketchy as well. All that we know is that Alistair died in his 30s. As the Axeman's killings first took place in 1918, Alistair could have been anywhere between 15 and 24 years old at the time of the Axeman murders. I'm not saying that people of that age aren't capable of committing a crime like this, but witness accounts of the Axeman describe him as, quote, a large white man, or a dark, tall, heavy-set man wearing a dark suit and a black slouch hat. Automatically, we have quite a few similarities and differences between Alistair and the Axeman. Both are fond of jazz. Both are quite eloquent in the way that they speak. Both seem to have quite the flair for the dramatic, and they're both serial killers. However, witness accounts of the Axeman don't really seem to line up with depictions of Alistair as a human, which Vivziepop herself confirms looks something like this. Tall, dark, and heavy-set are the last words I would use to describe this man. So, do I think Alistair is the Axeman of New Orleans? No. No, I don't. Between the uncertainty of the timeline and the witness accounts, Alistair doesn't fit the bill of being the Louisiana Axeman. If you read or listen to the letter that the Axeman sent to the local paper, he definitely sounds like an arrogant, delusional son of a bitch. Alistair may be narcissistic. He might be sadistic. Dare I say he might even be a bit crazy. But he isn't reckless. I don't think that even as a human he'd be bold enough to write a letter that openly mocked the intelligence and capabilities of the police. However, I don't think pointing him out as a copycat killer is entirely out of the question. I'd just like to know his thought process behind the whole thing, like what the hell? Anyways, that's all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. You people seem to be down for these types of videos, so I'm officially going to be making this a series on my YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys thought of this video, and leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. My name is BlueRaven666, and I'll see you in the next video. My brain is melted from all the research I did, and I need a nap. Okay, bye.